Oh, hi there. I was just taking a break after a bunch of mining. Um, yeah, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of sandwich. It's good times. All right, so let's get started. We are going to find a way to better process the ore today. And we're going to do that with the infuser, I believe it is. Not that. So we need to first get the infuser right here. And we're going to set that up in our basement. So, come with me. Oh, I've done a little bit of work. We have some chairs. We did a little bit of stuff with the crafting. And the hut's the same. But we have a basement now. I do like these angled fences. That's a nice feature of this mod. We dug this entire basement. And full disclosure, this was supposed to be part of another episode. But my OBS screwed up. And it sucks. So this is what we get. Now, in what was supposed to be the last episode, we were looking at power generation so we could get this inventory up and running. And this is RF Tool Storage. You need a storage scanner. You need a modular storage unit or several of them. And they each store a lot of stuff. And you can just come in here and select all your items. Each of these storage units needs a storage module. There are 4 tiers to these storage modules. And I couldn't afford tier 3, so we got tier 2. And there must be a vendor sitting here. Excuse me while I take care of a problem. All right, problem solved. Now, let's get back to the storage modules. These storage modules, they are rather nice. There's a lot of storage in them, and it doesn't require too much to set them up. It does require a little bit of power, and so I was going through in the last episode trying to choose which power source to use, and I wound up settling on this combustion generator. There are better early game setups, but I couldn't find all of the resources to do that. So we got a couple of LV wire connectors, and those are from the Immersive Engineering. Those the wire. And we hooked those up to the generator, and that's powering the system. We are going to use these wire connectors to get ourselves at least started. Oh, yes, and these wires are hot. They hurt. Don't stand on them, which is a problem because that's my walkway. But it's a pretty good setup, and we dug all of this. This is going to be the start of our base, and we're probably just going to go down from here. I think we're going to keep this little bitty hovel up here. I like this. It's a nice little cozy place to walk into. Looks like a nice cabin in the woods until you walk downstairs. So, now we've got all of that running, and that's all running on charcoal, which is cheap and easy to get. Now, the first thing we need is this infuser here. And the way this works is you need to add power to it. So I think I have some of those wire connectors. I do. I'm going to add another wire connector, and we need the coil of wire. And the LV wire coil, you look at those, you can actually make those pretty quick. Let's do connector. So these LV connectors are fairly cheap. Oh, that's the MV. LV wire connectors are pretty cheap. Just some terracotta and some copper ingots. And the wire itself, the cable, is actually also very cheap. You come in and you look at the other cable coils. I thought it was cable, maybe it's wire. Yeah, it's wire. A little bit of copper wire just takes a stick and some copper wire. The copper wire is just a stamped plate of copper and pin snips. And this stamped plate of copper just takes a copper ingot and a hammer. Yeah, it's convoluted and it's kind of a pain sometimes, but it works and it's accessible early game. So we did make the hammer and we got started. Now let's get this hooked up. We're going to add this to the back. We're going to set a torch down here because we're going to have to take this block out. Maybe a couple of them actually. No, I think that'll be enough to get us started. Now, I didn't grab the coil out. Wire. Here we go. So now we can do the wire from there to there. Maybe. All right, we're back, and I figured it out. Here's the problem. So, I cannot put a relay right onto that. I need to use a connector to connect and get the power from this, and then put it into a relay. And then the relay can come up to our storage scanner and come down to our infuser. Now, instead of doing just that, I'm going to actually run a wire up to this connector and from this connector down to this one. And I'm going to connect all of both of these connectors too. And that will allow for me to add more items here and use these relays to power them. It works. This is not the best power transfer solution in the game. In fact, it's probably a really bad one. But we can see that we have power now. So that'll work. All right, so now that we've got this machine up and running, it doesn't do much, but it opens the door for the next machine we need. We need the enrichment chamber, and that requires basic control circuits, and you make basic control circuits by infusing osmium with redstone. And the best way to do that is by using this enriched redstone, but we need the enrichment chamber to get enriched redstone. So next machine on the list is the enrichment chamber. And that we need these. So we need to get some redstone and some osmium and infuse them. We have some redstone here. Grab a stack of redstone and some osmium. I don't have much. I don't want the whole thing. I'm thinking just, a few of them. I think 8 should be enough. So yeah, we're going to go with 8. Press back so I don't accidentally infuse those. All right, and we are going to throw let's just go with 2 up in here. 20 redstone. Let's see, that's going to use 20 per. Okay, let's add 8 more. All right, we've got our 2 basic control circuits. So now we can make the enrichment chamber. First requires this. And we need steel. Steel ingots. That's going to be difficult for us. That is going to require some steel grit, which can be made by infusing enriched iron with carbon or coal or charcoal. That's pretty much the only way we're going to get to it. So let's see what we can do. We'll be right back once I figure out this problem. Alright, so I figured out our steel ingot problem. You can make the steel ingots in a blast furnace. That's a process. It's a big multi-block machine that we're never going to use again after getting started. However, if we back out of this and we go into the quests, in here under immersive engineering, and you can see I've completed a bunch of quests and I need to collect all the rewards. I may have steel waiting for us. But anyways, we can build this tool here, the engineering screwdriver, which is just an iron rod and a stick. And that'll give us a reward, but that's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is I can get the coke oven. And that's just, I have to make 27 coke bricks and any whole coke. So I'll have to build this coke oven and make some coke. And that'll give me more coke. But that will open up another quest, the blast furnace. And that will give us enough to get started. I don't want to build all the machines. I just want to build one. So we're going to build one. After, we go in and check and see if any of them are giving us iron. Basic tier upgrade is good. I'll take it. Sorcerer's Delight, Iron Storage, Alchemist Delight. This is just basically giving us food. All right, nothing else there. This one will give us pneumatic wrench. Don't really care about the pneumatic wrench. I'll pick it up just so that it goes away. RF tools. This one, just food again. And food again. Mainly these give you useful items, but, you know, I'm not interested. Oh, that one's XP. I'll take the XP, that's for sure. Nature's Aura. Shears. I'll take the shears just to unlock the quest chain. And then occultism, which I have not delved into, but apparently, because I picked up a demon seed, I get experience points. I'll take those too. All right, so there are no other ones. Let's see what they've given us. Redstone, lots of redstone. We'll throw all that back up there. Basic tier upgrades, we'll throw those up there. Actually, we'll keep one down here. Enchanted book, flash potion of regeneration, wood ink paste. Okay, fish stew. Okay, I take it back. It's not mainly useful information. This is all pretty useful stuff. Well, pneumatic wrench is actually useful. I'll be happy about that. Haste. Okay, and we'll put this over here with the rest of the enchanted books. Don't really need this anymore. All right. So, we're going to make Coke. Yay. All right. The Coke oven. We need Coke oven bricks. We need a bunch of them. So let's make some bricks. We need clay bricks. All right, I'm going to make some clay bricks and we'll be right back. Oh yeah, we need to make the screwdriver. I've got the clay running. We're going to make the screwdriver real quick. Immersive engineering screwdriver. We need to make some iron rods. We've got iron rods now. Let's just make this real quick. All right, now we've got this. Now we need 27 coke bricks. Now, we can't make 27 of them yet, but as soon as we have the resources, we will make those too. I've got 2 furnaces processing clay, which I have a ton of clay. It's just a matter of how fast will the furnaces push through it. So, while I'm waiting on that, well, there's no while I'm waiting on that. I'll be back as soon as we have clay. All right, we have 64 bricks. Hopefully, that's enough to be able to get 27 of these. Find out. 1, 2, 24. Okay. Well, that got us 27 coke bricks. Now, let's see. We need to build. Let's see if I have the immersive engineering book. And that's why these shelves are here. Do I have the immersive engineering book? Not. Bummer. Okay. See if it's in here. Click to view recipes. And the Coke oven is the first important multi-block in immersive engineering. It's made with a 3x3 cube of Coke bricks. This structure can turn coal into coke and wood into charcoal. Either operation produces creosote, an important byproduct used for treated wood. Okay, so we just need to build a 3x3x3 and then smack it with the immersive engineering hammer. All right, that's easy enough. Let's build our 3x3x3 right here in the corner. I don't know if it needs that center one, so looks like it does. Just fill it in. And we'll grab our hammer. There we go. We have the Coke oven. Now we just need to grab some charcoal. And we just turned that. Let's see if we broke anything back here. We did not. Good. Just grab it out of here. Charcoal. And we should just be able to throw charcoal in there. Or does it have to be coal? Or does it need power? Okay. Show recipes. Nothing. It tells us nothing. I bet I need a bucket of lava. Bear with me. We will be right back with lava. Okay, before we go down there, we are going to actually try coal. Just regular old coal. And we're only going to do half a stack. All right, and it seems to be working. Think. All right, we're going to leave it here and see if it does anything. All right, we are just going to let this run. But I spoke with Ozzy. None of this was necessary. He pointed out that I may be an idiot. We can come in here and we can put iron. Let's just grab a stack of iron, half a stack of iron, and coal. And we can just put iron and coal. Let's try charcoal because it's cheaper. Look at that. You just put iron and coal and that will give us infused iron. We're just going to make one. Now we should be able to put that in there and that will give us steel grit. So I've been doing this wrong. We could have had all the steel we needed. Steel grit. So we're going to let this infuse a bunch of iron and then we're going to infuse a bunch more iron. And that will go with the coke we get from here, which will give us a little bit more iron. So I'll be right back when that machine's done running, and yeah, we're gonna tear that down when we're done. So I think I'm gonna take the coal out of there, and we're gonna leave it up because the creosote oil may be useful in the future. But yeah, I don't know how useful. So we'll leave that there, but temporarily until I can dump the oil out of it. All right, that's almost done. So we're going to come out here and we are going to grab the last of our coke, which should complete this quest. And that gives us the coke oven complete. And we're not even going to do this one because I don't think we're going to actually follow this particular quest chain. I'm not a big fan of the multi-block structures. They're neat. It's a rather cool mod, but I like this better. And that gives us 22 steel grit, which we can then just dump into a furnace. We're going to take it upstairs where I'm not going to use a block of charcoal, and we're just going to throw it in here with charcoal. Okay, that is 8 steel ingots. So that should be enough to get us started. We're going to come down here, and we are going to make not an enrichment chamber. What is it? Yeah, an enrichment chamber. And I must hit caps lock. An enrichment chamber, which requires this here. It can use any glass. It doesn't matter. It just defaults to that one, which is a pain. I think I have glass in my, yes, it's in my backpack. Wonder it's not working. We need glass. All right, we have used 4 of our steel, and we have a steel casing. Let's go ahead and make the enrichment chamber. One of them. What am I missing? Oh, there it is. All right, now we'll put the enrichment chamber there. Just needs power. Throw some power right there. And a cable connector from there to there. See, that's why I have this wire relay here, is because we can run power to multiple machines next to each other. And this is probably going to be where we're going to put some channels for inventory sorting. Now, if I remember correctly, do I have... Oh, I do have it. So now we should be able to just throw gold in there. It doesn't have enough power. Oh, that's a bummer. Why does it have 0 KFE? That's full. That's got power. Is it not set up to accept energy? Yeah, it's set to accept energy in the back. So why isn't it picking up energy? Because I put down the wrong connector. Oops. Get rid of that. Want this. Put the correct connector on. Relays do not work as connectors. There we go. Now it should have, yep, now it's got power. Now we can put the gold in there, and that will give us enriched gold. And the way it works is for, I think, every 4 gold, or every 3 gold, raw gold, it will give us 4 gold dust. So it gives us more resources from a little bit. It's a good way to manage your resources and get better, better output from your mining efforts. It also means we will not have as hard of a time finding iron, because all of the raw iron, which I've already smelted, will go through here first, give us iron dust, and for every 3 raw iron, it will give us 4 iron dust. So it will increase our output by about 33%. I'll take it, because that's pretty nice. And I'm actually surprised. This is an early game power generation setup, and it seems to be performing like a champ. Now we got a little bit of copper dust, and having these dusts actually does quite a bit for us. Before we actually do anything with that, I want to show you why you don't want to put all of your redstone in there. Come down here to the redstone. You throw redstone in there, it won't actually give you redstone back. It will give you enriched redstone, which is really good for the infuser. So that will give us 3 enriched redstone. If you put enriched redstone into here versus just redstone, grab one more piece of redstone. You put one piece of redstone in here, it will give you 10 millibuckets of redstone. I don't know why it uses buckets, but that's what it uses. So we've got 10 in there. Let's throw one of these in there, and it brings us up to 90. So that enriched redstone is worth 8 regular redstone, and it's a 1-for-1 conversion. So for all your infusing, you're gonna want to use enriched redstone. So yes, right here, if you just put copper dust and nickel dust together, it will give you a constant blend, or constantan blend. And constantan is rather important. You kind of need it. You can take this constantan blend and throw it in a furnace and get this constantan ingot, which is used a lot. So you're going to need this. And that's why we want the dust. You can also just take that dust and cook it right up into an ingot. I haven't found a use for nickel ingots yet, so let's bear with me a little bit. Yeah, it is used. Doesn't seem to be used for a lot, though. Nickel plate. All right, well, we might need nickel plate. And Invar ingots. Yeah, it's got a few uses, but it's more useful to us as dust. It can always become an ingot. So, yeah, and that ups our production and gives us access to alloys really easy without having to build one of the complex meltery systems or multi-block machines. That one block does it all. Between the two of them, it gives us everything we need. And now, the next thing we are going to need from there is a smelter. And the energized smelter from Mechanism is exactly what we need. So we need one more of these, make one more, and we'll build the energized smelter. Throw the bedroll up there, and we'll connect that up. And this is exactly what you would think it is. You just throw the dust in there, and it will smelt it up without having to burn fuel. It just uses your power. Oh, and I wanted to show you this. These little basic upgrades, those go, and you just click on a chest with them. Do I have a chest that hasn't been upgraded? Yes, just one chest. We'll throw that right here, and you just click on it. You can see it's just a regular chest. Click on it with that. And that should be a chest that is used, can use upgrades now. So now we can hit it with an iron upgrade. It just changes any other chest into a sophisticated storage chest, which is kind of nice. It kind of makes things simple. It's kind of an everywhere episode. Sorry, guys. But we did meet our goal. We've got all the ore processing set up, and we've got basic start to everything we want to do. We have a useless machine that we didn't have to build. And we're all up to date on the stuff that I missed in the last episode because OBS screwed up. All right, so we got our mechanism stuff built. Get right on the top of my head there. And we're going to be able to process our ores pretty well. I think when we come back, we're going to add to this line. There's at least 2 more machines we need to make in order to have really efficient upgrades and get some better, more reliable power generation. And this is all in an effort to get to the auto miner, which is really cool. You just don't understand. It's awesome. It mines everything. But we need way more power. Way more power. So, come back next week. We'll add to our line of stuff here and see what we can do about finding better power. That's it for today. See ya.